Dutch VNG has just finished its advice to the Vromi Ministry to change the building code for resilient homes. State Secretary Knops of Kingdom Relations is fully aware of the 15,000 homes which need to be reconstructed according to Cat 5 Plus specifications. According to the Dutch military, immediately after the hurricane, more than 70% of the homes in St. Maarten were structurally damaged. The World Bank Group and the Vromi in the National Recovery and Resilience Plan estimated that 70 to 80% of the more than 19,000 housing units in St. Maarten have been structurally damaged by the hurricane. This is an amount of 13,000 to 15,000 homes, which have to be built back better and stronger to Cat 5 Plus specifications. 2 years after Irma, only 1,000 homes repaired is unacceptable. Everybody who still has a housing situation, which is not a Cat 5 Plus resilient home, can file their complaint with the Consumer Coalition starting this week, Saturday, where once you come to the Weifel building for your fresh, affordable produce, you can immediately file your wish for an affordable, resilient rebuilding or construction of a social home. The Dutch government has the building capacity and the money to build these social homes in 1 year time. Why we say so? It was in the same year that Irma struck St. Maarten that according to the Central Bureau of Statistics in the Netherlands, a record amount of 62,000 new homes were constructed. St. Maarten does not have the capacity, neither the money to build 15,000 resilient social homes in 1 year time. With the help of our lawyer, we will file a court injunction to get the 15,000 Cat 5 Plus resilient homes, social homes built here in St. Maarten next year, 2020.
Short in a way that I see that the chairman, Mr. Raymond Jesseroen, promised to come up for the social housing. And that's a very good idea. I embrace it. I love it. And we together went into the law. I will try to explain the law about this issue. It's not necessary to have a pen or a paper at your disposition at this moment. Just listen. And if there are questions, come on Saturday. When they have the container here, buy your fruit to live and buy your information, that's for free, how we think that we proceed with this. It's going to be difficult, but nothing is going to be impossible. That's what I found out in the last 70 years of my life. Nothing is impossible, for good and for bad. So, we have international law, and in that international law, we have, let's say, human rights, and we also have human rights basically done to get people a roof over their head, economic fair life, give them education, give the people to get organized and not depending on the government. That means that this international law is properly covering us. I found out that the international law is called the International Covenant on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. But that is not important to know, because more important is what it means for us, what it means for the consumers, what it means for the unions, what it means for the common people in St. Maarten, because we are the most. Do not forget, the common people are the most. Rich one, we only have 5 or 6 families. But we have 15,000, 40,000 people who deserve a helping hand from the consumers Coalition and from the Poverty Platform. We are not poor because we are happy, but we want to share the same thing as other people have. I found out that law is signed by the Netherlands in January 1967. But if it is signed in 1967, we were still the Netherlands Antilles. At that moment, you have to be a lawyer, unfortunately, to see if this is still the same for St. Martin at this moment after 1010. That's very important before you go to court, that you make yourself an admission. I found out on the 6th of July 2017, that's 2 years ago, the Kingdom of the Netherlands notified the Secretary General as follows of its decision to withdraw its reservation with respect to Article 8. That means Holland at that time, Holland at that time made a reservation for the kingdom in Europe, but not for the part of the kingdom in the overseas area. In 2017, they said, we will draw that part that we have reservations, and we include Aruba, Curaçao, St. Martin, and the Caribbean part of the Netherlands, the islands Bonaire, St. Eustatius, and Saba. And that means from that moment on, 2017, we are part of an international agreement, and the mother country, the kingdom, where we're part of, are responsible for it.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
You deserve it, my hallelujah. My hallelujah belongs to you. Sing it, everyone. Sing it. Let me hear you from the bottom of our hearts. My hallelujah belongs to you. Oh, my hallelujah. My hallelujah belongs to you. Belongs to you. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve.
18 months ago, Stacia was in a state of gross neglect. There were backlogs affecting social services, the island's infrastructure, the maintenance of buildings and the preservation of nature. The enterprise and investment climate was unfavorable, and public administration was marked by financial mismanagement and a breakdown in administrative relations. For these reasons, last year the Netherlands launched an administrative intervention aimed at getting the island authorities and the socio-economic and physical domains in order. In short, the goal was to improve your living conditions. And after all, your well-being is what counts the most. It was the primary reason for the intervention, and with everything we do, this is our top priority. In the past 18 months, a great deal of work has been done, and visible results have been achieved. And that is largely due to the dedication of the people of Statia, civil servants, entrepreneurs, and volunteers who are working hard to improve things. The erosion of the cliff cascade has been repaired and the stabilization of the cliff itself is in full swing. And the government commissioner is working to prevent further erosion by ensuring proper rainwater collection. And I saw today how important that is. But also to provide the agriculture and livestock sector with adequate water supplies. The waste processing has been improved. There's a new waste incinerator and 300 car racks have been removed from the island. And although the completion of the cherry tree project has been delayed, it will be finished by March next year. And it's a pity that it didn't go according to the plan. I am slightly impatient as a person and I regret sincerely this delay. In addition, this year the Dutch Ministry of the Interior and Kingdom Relations has provided structural funding to reduce rents, social housing on the island. And this measure will reduce the cost of social housing and increase your purchasing power. And with help from several colleagues in the cabinet and the Dutch government, various other measures have been taken to be able to improve your living conditions. For example, the Best for Kids program is helping to improve the organization of childcare and before and after school care. Today I was at the Buzzy Bee Center and I witnessed how important good childcare is. A lot of hurricane damage on the island, for example the homes and cemeteries, have been repaired and people are working hard on many other projects. After Hurricanes Irma and Maria, I allocated $9.5 million from my ministry for reconstruction, and the last proportion of that has already been invested in the station. Although a great deal has improved on the island, I would like to see faster progress. Patience was never my strong suit, and at the end of the day, there's still a lot of work to do. I'm honest with that. In some areas, the backlogs are so severe that more time will be needed to make systematic changes. The local staff and administrators have a very heavy workload, and there is simply always enough capacity. And that applies to the projects in the physical and the socio-economic domains, but also to efforts to improve the administrative structure, the financial management, and the civil service organization. And to get these areas in order and create a solid foundation on which the future newly elected island authorities can build, we need to press on with the good work that has already begun. 1.5 years ago, my reply to questions about the duration of the interventions was always the following: as short as possible, as long as needed. Considering this and the progress on the island, I have great confidence that all of this hard work will lead to a lasting improvement in your living conditions and a stable basis for a new administration. And to assure you of that prospect, I believe it's essential for you to be able to elect your own island authorities, so that you feel properly represented. And I want to give local politicians the opportunity to put their talents into practice, to fulfill their ideals. I am therefore pleased to announce that I decided to have elections for the Island Council on the 21st of October 2020, so in 1 year. And therefore, I will submit a legislative proposal to the Parliament of the Netherlands as soon as possible. In order to safeguard what has been achieved so far and to ensure that the necessary work can continue in the longer term, the return to democracy will be a gradual one, step by step. The governance of the island will return to where it belongs.
Make use of WIB mobile banking with easy access and direct usage of face recognition, PIN code, or fingerprint. Download WIB mobile banking app and make your transaction from anywhere at any time. For more information, visit wib-bank.net/quick-login.
In the absence of a president and vice president, the last ex-president acts as a interim/temporary president. According to Article 8 of the Rules of Order, some of the tasks of the chairperson are described as follows. A. Directing the task of Parliament and of the Presidium, ensuring compliance with the rules of order, maintaining order during the deliberations and suspension thereof, executing the decisions taken by Parliament, and representing the Parliament. Members who have written in or who will write in on the speakers list, which is available, will have the opportunity to speak for 20 minutes in the first round and 10 minutes in the second round. And after that, we shall proceed with the voting on the new chairperson of Parliament. So going over to agenda point number 1, we have one speaker. I also, for the information, especially to the general public, would like to inform you, as well as the members of Parliament, that following the appointment of the chairperson of Parliament, we shall then adjourn the meeting before going over to the vice chairperson and the second vice chair, as then the newly appointed chairperson of Parliament can then continue with this meeting. So we will now go over to the appointment of the chairperson of Parliament, and on the speakers list we have MP Rolando Bryson. MP Bryson.
Madam Chair, just briefly, before going into the voting, I did want to kind of stress something that I've been very passionate about and very clear about, I think, throughout my time as a member of Parliament, is the need for us to understand that the parliamentary chair, the presidium, and the functioning of Parliament is essential to the ability of members of Parliament to do our jobs. For a long time, as a member of the faction leaders representing USP, together with MP Jacobs, together with MP Peterson, MP Myers at the time, and yourself, Madam Chair, we have had long discussions and issues that I've brought to the attention that have just gone unnoticed. I would implore the way forward for the Presidium, for the Chair of Parliament, for members of Parliament to really take serious note, especially within faction leaders, where we're trying to hash out in a more closed setting the issues that we have with the rules of order, but there's a lot of ambiguity. The issues of quorums is still, there's some ambiguity in that. The use of social media, most parliaments across the world have implemented some form of social media policy. We have suggested that many times from our faction. Nothing has been done. The issue of urgent meetings and calling of urgent meetings, no attention has been placed to that. And especially the requests of members of parliament and the just leaving up the prerogative of the chair, etc. These are things that, in absence of improved rules of order, will not be better. And that's something that I think has to be the focus of Parliament going forward. So today it is with pleasure that we will be voting on that. One thing I can say is that I've had guidance from several people within this Parliament, a lot more experience than I am, on the way rules of order are, but also the way in the spirit in which they were designed. Because we know that our rules of order are based, for example, heavily on the rules of order of the Netherlands Antilles. So that experience counts. Even rules of order across other islands, the Constitution, etc. So I would implore us to really make sure that that is the emphasis going forward. And hopefully that from now on we can see a parliament that actually works not just in the best interest of individual feelings of chairs, but also in the best interest of Parliament as a whole. So with that, I thank you, Madam Chair.
12 members of Parliament participating in this voting for the chair. From the 12 members, we have 9 votes casted in favor of MP William Marlin, and we have 3 blank votes, making it in total 12 votes, 9 against 3.
Thank you, MP Mercelina. With that, the Member of Parliament, William Marlin, is elected as Chairperson of Parliament. I want to congratulate the Member Marlin for his election as Chairperson. And before going over to the second agenda point, I will now adjourn this meeting for a few moments. I thank the members of the committee for your job as the Tellers Committee, and I will now adjourn this meeting.
Before continuing with agenda point 2, I want to thank all those who have placed their trust and confidence in me. I have taken note of the statements made by MP Rolando Bryson. I have also in the back of my head the many discussions we have had in the factions regarding the manner in which rules of order have been interpreted, the manner in which meetings had been convened in the past, and pledge my support to Parliament to live up as much as possible, or actually live up totally to the expectations of members of Parliament, so that they, in exchange, can exercise their responsibilities, particularly where it pertains to questioning of ministers when meetings are requested, to ask ministers to come to Parliament to give account of decisions, of actions, and or lack thereof, because that is how democracy is supposed to function.
This is in continuation with our Affordable Health, Food and Nutrition program this Saturday. Tomorrow, Friday, our second container will be arriving on the island with durable fruits, vegetable and provision. but that's on Friday. However, on Saturday, we continue to provide the produce to our members for the affordable prices. The first container was finished in record time. That's less than a week. However, also we have to take note that more than 1,300 persons or households have also registered during this campaign of the Affordable Health and Food Nutrition. This was an initiative of the Consumer Coalition for the members of the affiliated 7 unions, the Seniors and Pensioners Association, and the NGOs affiliated to the SUNFED. Also, the affiliated organization get the opportunity to register in the program administered by the United Consumer Association, so which is charged with the execution of the Affordable Health, Food and Nutrition Program. However, with more than 1,300 households already registered in the program, that is approximately 10% of the 13,000 poor and needy households, the amount of produce persons can get for between $10 to $20 participate, one cannot believe. The quality and especially durability of the produce, as well as the incredible affordable prices, became the talk of the town. Everybody was asking when the second container will arrive on the island. Because of the enormous success, we think that a lot of persons will come out this Saturday and the following days, if available. Most probably much more persons will sign up and to be registered in the program. The produce will be offered in front of the Weifel building. We will start at 7 a.m. till 7 p.m. On Saturday and continue on the following days until the container is finished. As we expect a lot of people, we want to ask everyone to bring along their own bags or carrier, and to respect also the volunteers that are making it possible to provide this service to you, the general public, or members.